Hey guys, it's Mage Captain Gilshanks. Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last part, we made some more progress in this dungeon. And in this part, I gotta figure out where I'm going right now, so hang on one sec. Oh yes, of course. More backtracking, who would have guessed? Now let's take care of our last stray fairy, and then come back here once again. So, you want to look in this direction where the snow hilly thing is, and you want to look down, because you'll notice that that cloth is hanging right there. Now you don't want to make this jump without the bunny hood, so let's take care of that right now. And let's try not to miss! God, my throat couldn't have been any worse for that. Miss! Okay, so now we have our last stray fairy, which is pretty nice. I can't wait to see our reward for it. But let's equip our Deku Mask so we can get the hell out of here. And go back to actually making some progress. So, you know what? I don't really know where to go right now that I've actually come down here. Let's see. We go over there. We came from up. Where does this lead? Oh yeah, this leads up. So up is the rule of thumb with this dungeon is that up is usually the right direction, almost always. Oh, excellent! It takes you right back here. They probably expect you to get the fairy at that point. So let's equip our Goron mask because once again we have to break these damn snowballs, as always. Let's try to actually aim the punch properly, so I'm not just punching the side of the wall. Excellent, excellent. So far, so good. Magic is always nice. We're actually pretty full on everything I would need right now, except maybe arrows. I could use a few more arrows, but really, you only need one arrow, pretty much, for what's coming up. And for those of you who played this dungeon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, this is actually pretty sweet, because I remember, in the previous recording, I was already 10 minutes into the third video by the time we got to this point. We're not even 2 minutes in this time, so at least I'm playing a little more efficiently than I did last time. Welcome to our boss, really? It's like, welcome to our bro boss. Welcome to our boss. This guy's already frozen, so you know what? Screw this. I'm going home. I'm getting the hell out of here. What? I can't get out of here. I mean, the boss is frozen in ice. We don't need to beat him. He's already, look at him. He can't hurt us in this state, but I can't escape. I'm just so angry that I'm gonna blame the boss and I'm just gonna burn him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna shoot him with gonna press start needlessly, and then we're just gonna shoot a fire at him. There you go. Burn, motherfucker. Oh, shit. All I did was manage to thaw the ice. That's not good. Well, it looks like now we're going to actually have to fight the boss. Who would have guessed in a Zelda game that you'd have to actually fight the boss? That you wouldn't be able to skip it. So this is the masked mechanical monster Goht. I don't even know how many times I've fought this guy over the last couple of days. Anyway. So let's go. And you'll notice that these green pots, they always have magic. That's actually sort of the point of these green pots. That they always have magic. And you want to catch up to this guy. This is pretty much an entirely Goron fight. It is possible to just sort of stand in the one spot and get him as Link. As human Link, rather, with the arrows. But it's kind of a pain in the ass to do that. Angular momentum! Why are you betraying me? I actually had a great shot at him there. And then you're like, no, I can't stop rotating. Let's try to not get hit by the lightning. Because everyone was kung fu fighting. And this game has really terrific lighting. And, I don't know. That's all I can think of that actually rhymes with that. Anyway, let's keep fighting this guy. This is going to be hell to edit, but thankfully this episode is not going up until Sunday the earliest, which is good. Because it gives me plenty of time to edit. Because I want to do the same thing that I was doing for Aldala. Hell, if I'm doing it, you guys can already see it. So now that I'm actually talking about it, I'm sure I actually have to do it. But the hardest thing about it is, like, counting all the times I freaking hit the guy. Because the editing itself is really not that bad. Apparently counting is worse than editing. But, you know, I think that's something that doesn't surprise me about myself. Anyway, we lost sight of him, and we need to get some magic, so let's get some magic. I wish there weren't so many freaking hills, but of course that's probably the point. They probably put him in there just for the sake of being challenging, but kind of annoying, kind of tedious. But you know what? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I tend to think that lots of things are tedious. I really should not be complaining that much about things being tedious, because like every class I'm taking is tedious in school. And that's, you know, much bigger issue than like a boss being kind of annoying in a video game, but that's pretty much what I do. Complain about everything being tedious because I like things just being short and easy. Oh, we managed to avoid being exploded, which is nice. Needless to say, he starts shooting bombs at you too because this guy just doesn't have enough. He has lightning coming at you. He's like stalactites coming from the ceiling. He's leaving his boulders behind. We have to go over hills, which is doesn't even have to do with the boss, but we have to go over hills. And on top of that, he's throwing bombs at you. So, this boss is not thankful about the fact that we thawed him. What I don't understand is why that guy was frozen in ice in the first place, because he's supposed to be wreaking havoc. He's supposed to be the reason that, you know, the mountains are in such terrible shape. So why he was actually frozen in ice is something I never really understood, because he's the only boss, and I'm pretty sure he's the only boss that like is actually in a compromising position where you actually have to get him out just to fight him. And I never really I understand that like you want to make it so that the fire arrows are actually necessary for a certain part of the game, but at the same time, I always thought it was kind of weird. And I'm running out of things to talk about. I don't know if you've noticed, but this guy's taking like a really long time to go down. That's a problem though with this guy, is that he does take a long time to go down. I'm not really sure on the damage spectrum how much the spike attack does. I imagine it does, you know, a lot because it is an attack that uses magic. I'm getting hit. I don't like getting hit. So let's it's getting tiring now. And the infamous T word that I keep using, you know, T-E-D-I-O-U-S. I'm probably not even spelling it right. This guy, thank you. My God. 4 minutes. Well, actually, I think last time it took me 6 minutes. But even so, this guy went down like a ton of bricks. Oh, crap. Oh, that's not good. This video's not long enough to end it now, is it? This is the entire recording so far. That's crap. That means I actually have to do something else. I'm not prepared to do anything else. Well, let's pick up our heart piece, our heart container, rather. We now have our 10th heart container, so having taken care of that, let's pick up the remains of the boss. We've seized Goht's remains. You have just freed the innocent spirit that this dark mask had kept in prison within the body of the evil Goht. Actually, you know what? I know a couple things we can do in the meantime. So, not really that big of a deal. Let's use my creaky chair for just a minute. I have to reposition myself.
What exactly are all of you? Guardians! Guardians? So, you're protective gods? That's why you're in the temples. Why are the protective gods? No, wait! Are you listening to me? Hey, wait!
Yeah, I don't blame you, Guardian. I'd want to walk away from Tattle, too. She's kind of a pain in the ass to put up with it, especially when she decides to do the commentary on one of your LP videos. And she's very obnoxious about it. And then she forgets to deposit rupees at the bank. So as you can see, we have restored all of spring to the mountains. All of spring? What am I even talking about? Can I just, like, can I stop focusing on making these, like, dramatic sort of remarks and actually just focus on my grammar for once? That'd actually be pretty nice if I did that. I actually was not a bad English student in high school, but that was a very long time ago, and the school I go to now, forget about it. They're like maybe like 2 English classes you have to take, and like they're easier than any high school English class because it's a tech school. So I don't know. I guess with my writing anyway, I've gotten a little rusty. I used to be a much better writer than I am now. I actually once considered being an English major, but you know, at the same time, I figured like probably wouldn't be able to get as many jobs with it. Anyway, these lily pads with this frog here. This is going to become important a little bit later, but not right now. So first things first. Let's see how much time I have. We are going to go into the shop right here. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what? No. I was going to say we need the hot spring water, but we don't, because when you defeat Goht, you will see that there's no more ice here, even though I didn't actually show you there being ice here, but believe me, there was ice here. Normally you'd be able to use the hot spring water, but now we actually don't have to do that, and I have all this time to play around with. So let's actually take care of this now, even though I was going to save this for the next video.
Ugo! 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 Ugo!
Ah! A customer! Yabora! Fetch our customer some coffee, quick like. Now then, let me take a look at your sword. Alright, to reforge your sword, it will cost you 100 rupees. It'll be ready at sunrise. You'll have to let us hold on to your sword until then. Keep in mind that after you use your forged sword 100 times, it will lose its edge and it'll be back to its original sharpness. So, would you like your sword reforged for 100 rupees? I'll do it. Thank you for dropping in. Now then, I'm straight off to work. Come back tomorrow morning.
Ugo! Ugo! Ugo!
And with that, we've lost our sword! As you can see, we do not have it. We cannot use it. It is sort of faded out in the B button area. And we're going to get a much better sword. But that sword also kind of sucks, because when you use it 100 times, it goes back to being the Kokiri sword. If only there was a much better sword that wouldn't actually do that. So anyway, having taken care of that, I want to go and stock up on rupees So I will actually meet you guys in a sec. Okay, so now we are back in the Goron village with 200 rupees in hand. Let's take care of this thing that I was actually going to take care of before we even went to the dungeon, but I was kind of in a rush. So, first things first, you want to turn into a Goron because it won't work unless you actually do that. Excuse me. Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing business with a focus on Goron clientele, and that, sir, makes you a customer. Right now, I've got a special trading offer just for you. I'll give you my biggest bomb bag, regularly priced at 1,000 rupees. In return, you give me a big bomb bag and just 200 rupees. So, let's do that. Okay. We now have the biggest bomb bag. So, we don't need the big bomb bag anymore because now we can hold up to 40 bombs. Now, there's one last thing I want to take care of. And a lot of you are probably thinking, like, why didn't I do that sooner? And the answer to that question is, I kind of forgot. But I just remembered. So, let's go back to Snowhead. Not the temple itself, but we have our 15 stray fairies, so why not actually restore them and get something for it? Because this, you know, unlike the previous reward, which is convenient but not really all that cool and exciting, this is actually a good reward. Oh, look at that! It turns out we didn't kill this guy afterwards. Isn't that so nice? Let's speak to him and see what he has to say.
Don't money. What in the world have I been doing this whole time? I can't remember a thing since I went out to look around Snowhead to figure out why spring wasn't coming. What am I doing sitting in the place like this?
Okay. Let's just keep going this way, because you know what? I'm bumping into things, and I don't like bumping into things. Really? Now we... You know what? I'm not even going to flash that enemy's name on screen either, because I'm getting kind of lazy. And when we actually fight the thing for real... I'll screw it. I'll just flash it on screen. Not a big deal. Anyway. So, I'm not even sure if I showed it, because I've recorded this so many times. But, the actual entrance to the Great Fairies thing is actually down here, so let's actually go this way. Yes, this time I intentionally fell off that ramp. Thought it was right around this wall. Maybe it's around this. There you go. Right in here. So, let's take care of this one thing real quick, and then we'll call it a day. I know. I really want to read the Great Fairy Russian accent thingy, but I'm starting to run a little low on time here, so it's going to be kind of an issue if I do that.
Oh yes, wise young one, and the great fairy of wisdom, and running out of time. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As thanks, I shall enhance your magic power.
Literally, she's going to enhance it. Perhaps. Make the meter longer. Alright, so. Now that we've taken care of that, I will see you guys in the next part of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. We're going to do some awesome stuff. Look how happy Goron Link is. Yes.